In the vast savanna terrain in the north of Burkina Faso, the brave warriors of the country, under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore, embarked on a daring high-stakes operation, confronting the entrenched forces of menace that had taken hold in the country's lucrative gold-rich region of Djibo in the Greenstone Belt. This region stands as one of the nation's most geologically significant formations, renowned for its abundant mineral deposits, particularly the precious metal gold, and holds the promise of substantial economic benefits for the people of Burkina Faso. The stakes were high, but the determination of the Burkinabe warriors burned bright as they fought to protect their nation's economic future and secure the rightful prosperity of their people. To counter this threat, an air fleet was strategically positioned to provide close air support in the vast savanna terrain. This area has become the epicenter of the terrorist activities plaguing the Sahel region, which borders Mali. After watching how these forces, even with limited supply, performed in this fight, your mind will beg for one question. But what were the French forces actually doing in Burkina Faso in the name of fighting terrorism before being kicked out by Captain Ibrahim Traore? This part of the country has effectively been under the control of armed terrorist groups since 2019. Over time, the area had become a stronghold for the militants, who have exploited and plundered the local population. In response to these challenges, the government of Burkina Faso, under the leadership of President Ibrahim Traore, intensified efforts to secure the region. So, on this faithful day, the sun stood high as battalions 4, 5, and 6 secured this area. This area had been transformed into a haven for stolen heritage, where the local populace faced the harsh choice between escape and compliance with terrorist demands.
Ce sont les vivres qu'ils ont volés. La population venait attaquer ici. C'est leur magasin.
These criminals have stolen so much from the locals and have now filled warehouses to the brim with tons of food that could have nourished the now distressed villages surrounding Baraboulé.
Allez-vous. Voilà. Ça, c'est à détruire pour que l'ennemi ne se serve pas. Mais le chef de mission est là pour parler. Aigle, aigle.
Si on avait les moyens de transport, on allait les convoyer vers Djibo, mais là on n'en a pas, donc on va détruire.
While the military lacked the means to transport the vast quantity of supplies they found stored by the extremists, they were determined to deprive them of these valuable resources by destroying them. The scale of the looted provisions stored in these converted granaries is staggering, a testament to the terrorists' ample supplies and their ability to sustain themselves. However, the town's resilience and the determination of the armed forces have prevailed, at least for the moment, offering a glimmer of hope in the face of the ongoing struggle. As the team continued in their mission, they came under fire from a group of terrorists, and a fierce battle ensues. Burkina Faso forces strive to secure the operational, maintaining control over the perilous situation. Bullets whiz through the air, met with the swift reflexes of the combatants, who take cover on the ground. The shots originated from the northern side, and the atmosphere was charged with tension.
une embuscade se crée comme ça là, c'est pas blindé là, il n'y a pas quelqu'un qui peut filer sa tête dedans. Vous voyez comment les balles là, ça suit de gauche à droite. C'est les mêmes balles là qui peuvent prendre les gars. Restez plaqués. Ça tire. Ça veut dire que le contact n'est pas fini. Vous voyez, le contact, ça vaut 30 minutes, non? Attendez. Suivez de gauche à droite.
Black smoke escapes the combat zone, but fortunately, the fire gradually reduced. Key among these tactics was the use of small drones and combat drones as well, which played a crucial role in both surveillance and direct combat. Drone strikes were instrumental in neutralizing enemy positions and providing real-time intelligence. The drone's ability to strike from a distance with pinpoint accuracy minimized the risk to ground troops and maximized the impact on the enemy. The effectiveness of these coordinated efforts and drone strikes led to significant enemy losses. The terrorists, who had fortified their positions and were prepared for a prolonged engagement, found themselves overwhelmed by the swift and decisive actions of the Burkina Faso forces. However, just like is the case with any war, there were also some losers on the Burkina Faso side. Helicopters stood by, ready to transport the few minor injuries to Djibo, and a larger helicopter ensured evacuations to Ouagadougou. The soldiers, mounted on motorbikes, pickups, and armored vehicles, were navigating the challenging terrain. Along the way, they came across abandoned motorcycles, left behind by the fleeing terrorists. As they approached the deserted village occupied by the enemy, the infantrymen remained vigilant, meticulously checking every bush and structure. After a 2-hour journey, they reached the port of Petagoli. The previous day, drone strikes had targeted the terrorist positions within the village. The soldiers at the front of the convoy had marked the terrain, and they found the village now empty. The units swiftly turned back and headed for other bases. There would be no safe haven for the terrorists. The military's intelligence reports indicated that several terrorists were recently neutralized in the operation. Days later, the survivors who returned to empty the weapons cache were struck by a drone, leaving only debris behind, a successful conclusion to the mission. After years of waiting, the women, children, and their loved ones finally reached the serene city of Djibo. For the long-suffering population, this moment's arrival was a profound relief. The journey had been arduous, but the promise of a peaceful refuge at their destination had sustained them throughout. Now, as they stepped into the calm and comforting embrace of Djibo, a sense of respite and safety enveloped them, offering a much-needed respite from the trials they had endured. This operation is a testament to the transformation of Burkina Faso's military under President Ibrahim Traore. Since taking office, Traore has emphasized the importance of modernizing the military and enhancing its capabilities. The successful execution of the operation highlights the impact of these reforms, showcasing a military that is better equipped, better trained, and more capable of handling complex challenges. The exploitation of gold resources in the Djibo Gold Belt, which wasn't possible before now, has the potential to bring substantial economic benefits to Burkina Faso. The operation marks a critical step in reclaiming territory and restoring security to the affected regions. The country is poised to continue its fight against terrorism with renewed vigor and confidence. The soldiers' ability to adapt, innovate, and persevere under pressure will be key to their continued success in the ongoing struggle to reclaim their homeland from terrorist forces. This is Uplifting Africa. Consider subscribing to the channel for more uplifting info about our mother continent Africa. These other videos on your screen will equally be of great importance to you. Consider checking them out and see you in the next video.